Hi there. This is City Commissioner Destiny Keener with the City of Muskegon. I'm here to talk to you just for a few about See, Click, Fix. See a problem in Muskegon? Maybe like a pothole, graffiti, or a damaged street sign. You can tell the city fast with See, Click, Fix. Just take a photo, pick what type of problem it is, and send it in. You can even check the status of your request as the city works on it. It's quick and it's easy. Go to mkgcity.com/see-click-fix today. That's mkgcity.com/see-click-fix.
Hi, my name is Kevonte Taylor. I'm one of the kids that went on the free trip to Africa, and I'd like to say thank you so much for taking y'all time to pay for the trip. I'm very grateful. I learned a lot. I had a very great experience thanks to y'all, and like I said, I appreciate it so much.
My name is Kamora Stedman. I was one of the students who were chosen for the 2025 Kids Free Trip to Africa. It was such an amazing experience. Thank you to those of you who donated.
Hi, my name is Isis Carter, and I would like to thank everyone who donated for me to be able to go on the Kids Free Trip to Africa this year.
Special thank you to the Kids Free Trip to Egypt and Ghana, year class 2025. I really enjoyed my trip going, and we learned so much. I would say it was a very enriching experience because I remember we were on the cruise. Being on the cruise to go on the road trips on the bus, and it was so amazing. I got to sit next to all my friends, and we were on the plane when I went for the first time, and it was kind of scary at first. And I had my friend right there. Here's all the people who supported us going on this trip, and a special thank you to you all. We couldn't have done it without you. I really appreciate you guys letting us go on this once in a lifetime opportunity trip. Thank you. Class 2025.
So first of all, I want to start by saying my name is Lawrence Pascal. I was one of the kids to come on this free trip to Africa. I'm back now, and I want to thank all my donators for this trip, and I wouldn't have done it without y'all, so I'm thankful for y'all donating all the money. $48,000 is a lot. Thankful for all of it. And yeah, I'm back.
Hi, this is Maya. One of the kids that was allowed to go to chosen to go to the free Kids to Africa trip. I'm just coming on here to say thank you for donating and allowing me to be able to go on this trip. Thank you so much. My experience was amazing.
Hi guys, this is Aja Fletcher. Thank you guys for everybody who donated to us, and I truly appreciate it. I had a good time and I learned a lot of things, and I just appreciate y'all so much, and thank y'all.
All right, welcome back to the Afternoon Jams here on 103.7 B inside the 6 o'clock hour, 6:36 in Muskegon. Another distinguished guest, the one and only, the Honorable City Commissioner for the City of Muskegon, the Honorable Willie Germ is in the building. How you doing today, sir?
Hey, not bad, PA. Big Rob.
Yes, sir.
Well, Happy New Year.
Oh, same to both of you.
Yeah,
well.
Happy New Year.
Yesterday, you made a recommendation. You did a recommendation for Destiny Keener to become vice mayor, and what made you do that, and are you happy to see that you got a 7-0 vote?
Yeah, well, every 2 years we elect a person for vice mayor, commissioner for vice mayor. By me already serving in that capacity, having that opportunity and honor, actually I got some votes or was picked to possibly become the vice mayor again. But, given the fact that I believe in the process of round robin, where, we, give everybody opportunity to have a chance to govern or be in a position like that, it allows you to rotate and have a fair and process systematically. So looking at the history, I've been on there on the commission 14 years now. It'll be 16 when finished in 2027. I look back and there hasn't been a black female vice mayor since Karen Bowie.
Wow.
That was her term, 2001 to 2008, and before that it was Miss Shepherd.
Miss Shepherd.
So I decided, and I talked with Commissioner Keener about it, and I told her, I said, I'd like to nominate you for vice mayor. So it was an opportunity to do that, and I'm glad that it was unanimous.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to do an excellent job and be a good vice mayor for all people, but definitely a visible person for black women and young black girls.
Yeah, someone to look up to.
Yeah,
she's a great choice. You know what I like about this commission? You guys are very diverse. You have a little bit of everything.
You got younger, more seasoned.
Yes.
You got black, white.
Yeah.
Male, female,
exactly. Majority female.
Yeah.
Was it majority female before this session started?
Yes.
I thought it was.
Yeah. It was majority female, but we've always had that diversity,
right?
There, which is good, and it just shows. And I've always expressed before we even started talking about race and diversity. You know, there was some tension, there was some concerns, and my focus was to make sure that we have these conversations because people that make up the city of Muskegon, look like the people I grew up with. I went to a public school where we had white, blacks, Hispanics, Asian. And I said, we need to reflect, our governing body needs to reflect the city that we serve.
Right.
And so that was one of my main focus for pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion to make sure our board and our governance reflect the city that we serve.
Well, for the next 2 years, you guys have a majority African-American board for the city of Muskegon. How do we capitalize on that and push the envelope forward? Because that police department can use a couple of y'all suiting up.
Right.
Some of y'all need to go join the force.
Absolutely.
How many, Rob? You on the commissioner board?
The police,
black police.
Yeah, they last time I looked, it was like 2 or 3.
That's it.
That's it. Now, the thing I'm concerned about, Muskegon has never had a black chief. We've had all these white men, but never had a black
and not
chief.
even a female either.
Not even a female chief. Then you look at their line. Who's a lieutenant? Who's a captain?
All
who's
white
a sergeant?
Men? Is that true? Is that true?
As for yes. And that concerns me, and I've been talking about this for years and trying to with former chief Jeff Lewis, who was, I think, really engaged in trying to diversify that police force, and we still have work to do. And there were, I got wind at one time that it was a candidate who applied for the police chief position, and somehow his application became
lost.
Yeah, it was lost. So
who was in charge of the applications?
HR, and I just, it just really caught me off guard there after the fact. But I wish I had known about it before that this individual had applied for that position.
And there were a current chief. They were a chief.
Already.
And they were applying.
I'll tell you who. I'll tell you who.
Decorated officer, chief. Yes.
I'll tell you who it was when we get off air.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
The application got lost.
It's too overqualified. So what can we expect to see from this new commission this year?
Well, we have a new administration. We definitely want to continue to support our citizens and make sure that everyone is engaged in these conversations that we're having, the input to get the feedback, but we're also looking at growing Muskegon. And when I talk about growing, we got some development going on within the areas of the urban community. I serve in one of the most diverse wards. It is Ward 2, which is the Jackson Hill, McLaughlin, Nelson, and Angel neighborhood and the downtown. So I want to make sure that citizens have housing. That's one issue, create jobs. We got all this new development coming in, and I want to make sure people that get in these jobs, some of them look like me, and I think with this commission that we have, and they understand the importance of being equitable and fair, I think we can get that done.
Right.
You know, like you said, we have a majority black commission. That's never happened, you know, since I've been living in Muskegon that I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, when people hear equity, sometimes they think that mean unqualified. Can we break down that myth there? Because equity doesn't mean unqualified.
Right.
You're still qualified.
Right. You qualify, but it means you want to be fair about the process. Everyone should have an opportunity, a fair opportunity, to participate, to work, to live, to have their voice heard. In the city of Muskegon, and I like to say also, just because we have a majority black commission, but we have commissioners on there that understand, and even the mayor, they understand the processes and the importance of what it takes to be fair. Right. So I want to give kudos out to our commission, and then I've talked to the city manager. We've had these conversations. We meet regularly, and this is something that has to be done. I mean, because people are watching.
Right. What is the problem with hiring black police officers? What's been the problem? Why Muskegon is not an attractive place for black police officers?
Well, I'm not going to say it's not an attractive place, PA. For my experience, I'll give you a prime example. I applied for the police department years ago, and top of the line, number one, went through the process, all three, the interviews, made it to the top, met with the chief, didn't get hired. That was under Clyde Becker at that time. He was the chief of police. Yeah, so after that, it became political, and I could not get to the chief to go ahead and get over the hump. So what I did, I said, okay, I see the process, the politics of it. I run for commissioner, and then I try to use my voice in this way. But shortly after that, Chief Lewis approached me and said, hey, we have some openings. Commissioner German at that time, you make a prime candidate. At that time, I was in my 50s. I was like, no, that's all right.
I ain't finna be running up and down that thing.
Nobody down.
So will you encourage people to reach out to you? Because we got some of these folks don't even know who in their community. That's a police officer. I'm talking police officers coming in here now.
They don't live in the community.
Big Rob is the chairman of the police review board, and I guarantee you most of them officers don't even know who he is.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And they do that community policing. Officer Love, he's one. We have some other
Officer Abel, he's a good guy.
Yep.
Because he's our community police officer around here.
Right.
He's a really good guy.
Officer Fountain,
Fountain,
good man, good brother.
Yeah. So, and most of the officers I met, I've had conversations with. They know me. We talk, and I make sure that I acknowledge them and let them know that they're doing an excellent job. I think the department itself has to have a culture change, and that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I want to implement and push, with this new administration, that we get a good pool of officers, but definitely diverse. But I want to see black officers on this force because, they live in the city. A lot of them, some of them come from different places. But the thing about it too, a lot of officers get on there and some, have a different interest. They may want to move, and it's hard to compete with.
But you guys giving out houses though. You guys giving out houses and stuff, right?
Well, we're not giving out houses.
I mean, but what is Max doing down there?
They get a $5,000. $5,000. For the help towards their down payment.
Okay.
But the problem to me is your administration. It may not be your officers, but your administration, your captains, your lieutenants, your chief. They all make those decisions as to hire and not hire and how you're going to treat somebody. Now, just like I know, you ain't going to just treat me any kind of way and I'm just going to keep on taking.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Them at that police administration you got down there now, they don't care about black folks. They don't. And I'll say it to their face, each and every one of them. They don't care. And they don't care that we don't have black officers or female officers. I not only look at the blacks, I look at the female and the Hispanic and the Asian. And there's a lot of diversity here in Muskegon County. And even with the sheriff's department, I know that ain't your department. Look at their department.
Yeah.
over the years, why is it taking so long for you to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black officers that you can put in the sheriff's department? That's not in the jail. Now, in the jail, it's all kind of black folks in there working. But on the road, look at the diversity that you have on the road.
We're not qualified.
Oh, definitely not. No, that's not it. And it's for the most part of it, what I've heard, and I know that's not true because I went through the process. They claim they can't. Some of the things that were said, they can't find candidates that could pass the test, or physically, or the written written test also, I should say, and don't have an interest. But I find that not to be true because I work at a college and I find a lot of young men want to be police officers. I've even wrote recommendation letters for them to get into the academy at Grand Valley.
Right.
So I know that there's an interest.
Right.
But the process is slow.
Right.
They can't compete with the salaries of like Grand Rapids, Detroit.
Right.
But still there's an interest for young black men and females to get on this police force.
Right.
And we just got to push that and do a better job at it. And then put people on these hiring committees that understand the culture and could maybe even vouch for some of these young people trying to get in the police force.
Right.
You have to have some familiarity to say, hey, I can vouch for this young guy.
Right.
I know him, or this young person.
Before we roll, are there any, and we need to get a vice mayor here too, any committees that you're looking for the public to be a part of that you can think of?
Well, you mean at City Muskegon?
At City Muskegon.
Okay, yeah. Well, years ago I resurrected the EOC committee. I sit on that. I've been switched to the Housing Boards of Appeals. That was a committee I served on when I first got in the commission.
Are you looking for the public to join in? Like, are there any seats open for public to join?
Oh, yeah. They have to go to our talent bank.
Okay.
Yep, and go to the talent bank and see if there's something that you may be interested in. Also, I'm the president of the Muskegon County Democratic Party Black Caucus. We need members. We're trying to up our membership and get people involved. And let me see, that email address, I think I wrote that down, is mcdpbc@gmail.com. You can email me and let me know that you have an interest to serve. I get you an application. But it's important to vote, put people in office who you want to see that's going to represent you. And I think for the most part of you have a voice in your community to do and serve as a public servant.
Do you think we will ever see a black state rep? State representative?
Yeah.
Now, and Bill Snyder's doing great. I'll let y'all know. He's a good state rep. We call him. He responds. He's working hard. But he can't be there forever.
Right.
And it's one day we got to get someone that reflect us.
Right.
That look like us, that can do some work too. Are we grooming anybody for that?
Well, you might be talking to them.
All right.
You just never know. I ran for Congress, back in 2012,
right,
for the 2nd Congressional District, and with this seat here, I didn't want to run, the last term, but I just really truly feel that God put me in this position. And now that there's a term limit, this is my exit out.
Okay.
So, sometimes, you hear obedience is better than sacrifice. So I was being obedient, but you just never know.
So are you going to run?
I don't know. You
can make the announcement now, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get it out.
Time will tell. But hey, you know what? I understand politics. I like politics. I like serving. But if there's a calling for me,
right?
Who knows?
Yeah. Wow. Anything, Rob? Before we go?
No, thank you for all your years of service. Thank you for getting them trees cut down in front of my house.
Oh yeah.
The trees was tearing up my power lines and stuff. He came out there and looked at it. He's like, yeah, this is ridiculous. Took some pictures, and next thing I know, they were cut down. If I haven't told you, thank you.
You did.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate it.
You bugging the city commissioner about that, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to say, hey, thank you for you guys, PA, the service, and you and Big Rob been doing for years in the community, getting the news out, making people aware of what's happening, and just tackling real issues that people are concerned with, and we need that.
We try. And if you like to be a guest, call us. Our number been the same for 24 years, 231-7275-007. And we know me and Rob are triple OGs. We're getting old now. So we trying to groove somebody else that could be in this position. He ready to retire. I'm ready to retire.
Yep, I'm ready to retire.
Yeah, so Rob, we got grandkids now.
I don't mean nothing.
Great grand for me.
That's the problem. Grandkids.
What up, Chilla Patella? What's up, Chilla Patella? Shout out Chilla Patella. That's the GOAT right there. That's the GOAT. Sir. Anything else before we go?
Well, like I said, get involved. Start coming to these commission meetings to keep yourself aware of what's going on, because sometimes ordinances are passed and people don't even know. And I get these calls, my water bill went up. Well, we don't own the sewage plant, the county does. So when their rates go up, guess what? We have to pass them on to the residents. But we'd rather do that in increments, not to just get in the red and keep a balanced budget, because we have to pay to maintain sewage and the water rates and keep them low enough for people can afford. So just little things like that people don't take seriously or may take for granted. You get involved, come voice your opinions or concerns, or just to be able to be present to know what's going on in your community.
Because I did look at my bill and I keep seeing stuff about water debt fee, debt something, debt this. Right. Are these debts ever going to get paid off?
Well, oh yeah. That's
why the city debt my problem.
Yeah, that's for me. I'm not like Rob. I didn't ask for this debt.
Yeah.
I didn't sign the loan.
Ain't my problem.
yeah. Like I said, we have to contract with the county who owns the
Mine was the sewer debt.
Sewer
debt, and I'm barely. My water bill is maybe $2 or $3. The debt fee is more than my water bill.
Yeah. And to do that, to maintain, to make sure that everyone's being serviced, this is how the process
Why are we paying y'all debt?
No.
I guess they're saying it's a family thing. It's all ours.
Oh, excuse me. Yep.
Oh, so I need to go get a loan for all our family and get me a pickup truck that I've always wanted.
Hey, but one thing I can say, the city budget is balanced.
Oh, good.
Our
y'all have no problem. Y'all passing y'all budget on time.
Oh, yeah.
All that weed money they get.
That's social equity, and
see, he trying to use a good term. It's what it run that boy down to is that weed money.
Right.
Have the weed industry, has it helped the city?
Yeah, we get the taxes from the cannabis, and that I try to be politically correct.
That's what he's trying to be.
You can't say marijuana.
You can't say weed.
You can't say weed.
Marijuana is the same thing. No, it's not. But and they use it for awareness. There's a
what kind of awareness?
I ain't heard
marijuana awareness. And we've contracted with the mediation restorative services that does that. But also there is a school that one of the cannabis stores were using to teach
down the street.
Classes.
Shout out to Idris. The green room.
Yep.
Good people there.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Sammy is his name. I can't think of Sammy's last. Sammy Rogers. Yep. And he does the training and things like that. But a lot of people don't know, I was actually responsible with Marcus Collins and Max McGuffey pushing this social equity initiative. Not only that, bringing that awareness to the city of Muskegon. Along with, I believe, one of our commissioner, Deborah Warren, who pushed it as well. But the thing is, sometimes once you start to get ready to pass a proposal, then things change and people see, oh, this money here. And sometimes you had to vote no because they've gotten offline, of the intent of what you proposed. So, but I support all of that though. Yeah.
All right, we got some birthdays before we go. Dr. Corrine Watson over in Chicago celebrating a birthday today. Shawana Evans on the birthday list. David Sanders, Erica Coleman on the birthday list. Clifton Smith and Calvin Lott. Rob, you got a shout out before we go?
No, just shout out to Muskegon. Hope we have a better year than we had in 2025. Every year it should get better and better and better.
That water debt fee should be going down. Sewer debt fee.
Oh, it is.
Water debt fee, sewer debt fee, was some lead debt fee, like all these debt fees.
Yeah.
Okay. But thank you for nominating Destiny Keener.
Oh yeah,
that's one of the reasons I wanted to get you in.
Yeah, Destiny's going to do a good job. Vice Mayor,
Keener.
She's going to do an excellent job.
Vice Mayor, standing on the shoulders of greatness, on Karen Bowie's shoulders, Clara Shepard's shoulders, and Blanche Smith's shoulders. Those are some great people. The footsteps you're following.
Yep. And Miss Blanche Smith is one that got me started in politics back in the 80s, working on her campaign. That's how I got started.
All right, family, going back to my music. Peace and blessings. DJ Q89 is coming up next.